Okay, so there's just a couple things I kind of wanted to huddle around and talk about before I just kind of open it up back and forth talking more specifically about what you guys want to talk about and stuff. But I really wanted to hit on like making sure you guys are utilizing like some sort of free group or 5-day type challenge, like with Shakeology, or some people do 10 or 7. But honestly, I think some of us on here, like for a while, I didn't run them because I didn't need them. But I think sometimes we have to go back to what helps our coaches fill our funnels. I was talking to Courtney about this and how she had to, even though she doesn't really need them and she doesn't do a ton of inviting to, they run 10-day challenges. Which is what I'd prefer to run, but that's okay. I'll do what everybody else wants to do. She started doing them again to help new coaches coming in kind of get their feet wet with inviting. Same with free challenges, and so I think like whether it be like, I mean, by the time you're like a diamond, and maybe even a little sooner if you're got some confidence going on, you know what I mean? Some people are really, really nervous, but I think like if you have that confidence inside you, there's nothing wrong with taking like a free challenge and running one yourself and pulling in a couple of your newer coaches, or maybe just you and one other coach as a builder, and like rallying up and saying like, hey, what do you want to run? And even like we have templates, but if you guys want to get like, you could say to some people like that's their favorite part is to be creative. And now I don't want to take everybody out of phase 1 at all, because honestly, and I'm going to talk about this on the team call just a little bit before the 2 stars open up, but like our main focus is attracting people to the tools that we have, our business. Do you know what I mean? Like take a pizza shop, and if they're always redoing their meals, the menus and all of that kind of stuff all the time, and never going out and trying to market, they might have really pretty menus or these really creative Friday night drinks, or, like Wow Wednesday with like specials and stuff. But if no one's coming in, none of that matters, and that's something that Danny really brought home on Monday. Is by far my favorite day. Well, no, I shouldn't say by far. I like the morning on Saturday, but Monday she just talked about how like our goal is to get a customer every single day. That's it. Like, you know what I mean? Like our job is to get a customer every activity that we do should be focused on that. What you focus on is what you get more of, and what you focus on is what your team duplicates, right? And I did a post, some of you guys are in the operation duplication, but I talked about how whatever you focus on is what your team will focus on. If you focus on the policies and procedures changing, your team will focus on policies and procedures changing. If your team focuses on, if you focus on being frustrated with customer service, your team will be frustrated with customer. If you focus on gossip, if you focus on inviting, and that's what you're always sharing with your coaches and your team pages and all that kind of stuff, your team will focus on that, because you're not allowing anything else to be focused on. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how pretty like everything is, then, if we don't have anybody that we're serving, and I think like if we keep like, it's not the goal is not to go out and get customers just for the sake of padding our checkbook, but the reason being is because we have something to offer. You know what I mean? We really do have something amazing to hand out there. And so I feel like sometimes we squirrel and all that kind of stuff. But when you sit down, if you say, dang it, I'm going to get a customer today, whatever I have to do, I'm going to invite, I'm going to get a customer. I'm going to build relationships. I'm going to find new people. I'm going to fill my funnel. I'm going to talk to more people. I'm going to invite, I'm going to meet new people. That is all you're thinking about all day long. You're going to succeed. It's what you focus on. And Danny brought up like a really, really awesome, and she's brought it up before, and I know some of you guys have heard her talk about this, but if your child was given 6 hours to live, like, hey, you have 6 hours. We can do this procedure on your son or your daughter, but it's $10,000 to do it. And so you have 6 hours, and then would anything stop you? Nothing. You would find a way to get that money, you guys. You'd be starting GoFundMe freaking accounts. You'd be calling people. And the first person said no, you wouldn't be like, oh, I guess it's just not meant to be. You wouldn't be like, I'm so scared. Should I call the next person? Do you know what I mean? Like, why can't we treat like our business like that? Why not? Why do we let, we wouldn't be fearful to call people if our child was dying. You know what I mean? We wouldn't be Googling everything, trying to figure out how do we cure his disease or whatever he's going through some other way. You know what I mean? We wouldn't be creating a new script or something for the phone call that we would just go in with, we'd start dialing. Hey, like, you know what I mean? We would just be doing. And I think sometimes we take things and we overanalyze it. It's something that Danny told Chad in lunch and really in such a kind way. So I'm going to have Chad ask all my questions from now on, in all honesty, because it was so calm and kind. And Chad asked her a question, and she was like, look, I just think you're overanalyzing it. I just think you're overanalyzing it. Just do it. You know what I mean? Just go out there and go talk to the men. Chad's question was about why the heck men can't succeed in this freaking business, and why you look up at the top 10 and it's all men, and why won't men? It was like all about, and it's true. It's a weird thing. And Danny just said, you're overanalyzing it. You know what I mean? Like, life and death is in the power of the tongue. Just go out there and talk to men. Go find out what their need is and say, have you ever, she didn't say, have you ever considered? That's more of a Janelle Summers thing, but do you know what I mean? Just get the invite out there. Stop thinking about it. And that's what I think we sit and do. We sit and analyze our to-do list. We sit and analyze like our planner, you know what I mean? We sit and analyze how we're going to track it better and we do everything that doesn't have to do with getting a new customer. And that should take a lot of weight off our shoulder. That is our only job, and you'll duplicate yourself. So if every day you're out there talking to people with the goal of, connecting one more person with the tools that have changed your life, Mary's life, Kessa's life, Christy's life, Kristen's life, Aaron's life. Do you see what I'm saying? If that was just our focus all the time, when your coaches came into you and were like, hey, I'm really struggling, you say, like, I get it. You found them. I felt that way when I first started. I found when I just started talking to people and started sharing what I had, the energy was contagious. I have to go because I have more people to tell. You know what I mean? But instead we talk, like, hey, you want to get on the phone? Hey, do you want to analyze this? Hey, yeah, sure. You know what I mean? And Danny always told me, anytime you and I are on the phone, ain't none of us making any money. And no one's life is changing. You know what I mean? No new people are being reached, and so I really want, and you're going to hear me repeat myself on the next webinar, but I couldn't, if that's all I got that's all I needed this weekend. In all honesty, it was all on Monday morning and this little itty bitty conversation that she had. It wasn't even very long, and Hans talked. And do you want to know how Hans got introduced to this business? It was cracks me up every time I hear this story, but how he was talking to his friend. I missed the first half. I think they were at the gym, and they were both pretty buff and didn't have any weight to lose. And Hans saw this thing that said, hey, get paid to lose weight or something like that. Now, Hans didn't have to lose weight, and neither did this other guy. I think his name was Jason. I don't remember, but I think that's right. And Jason didn't have me lose, but Hans went up to him and was like, hey, dude, what's up with this, get paid to lose weight thing you're doing? He was like, I don't know. All I know is I made $700 in 3 days. And Hans was like, wait, what? And he was like, well, I don't know. All I know is there's this girl, this chick named Danny. She made $10,000 last month. And Hans was like, well, how do I learn about that? I don't know, dude. I'll get you some information. That's it. I don't know. And we all try to go in with these fancy little conversations. You know what I mean? Look where that's taken Hans and Danny. That's how they built. And we memorize all these scripts and take it all personal when someone tells us no. You know what I mean? And Hans had to practically beg him to tell him where the meeting was at to learn about this business. Hans was like, well, where's it at? Can I come? Can I learn? He's like, I don't know. I'll ask if you can come. Okay. All right. Where's it at? I don't know. I'll have to find out. You know what I mean? And so the guy, Jason, was like, I'll call you. Never called Hans. Hans had to call him. Was like, hey, dude, when is it? Can I come? Oh, yeah, man. Let me find it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's Saturday. You know what I mean? It was just this big, you know what I mean? And we overthink this whole thing. Hans had no weight to lose. And this is where Chad comes in with where Danny told me he was over analyzing it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. How much do you guys make in a week? And how many of you make $100 a month or more? Raise your hand. 200. Okay, let's stop at 200. Do you know? I mean, can you imagine if so, you said, I don't know. I just last month I'm just doing it. I made $200, and people be like, well, what do you mean? I go into like, well, we run these challenge groups, and then we do this, and then there's this comp plan, and then you do this. I mean, we go into this whole thing, and it's like, really? Yeah, man, I don't know. All I know is I heard, I don't know, you could use mine. I don't know if you want to really say 65,000 a month. They might be like, you full of shit. Crap. Sorry, child sitting there. You know what I mean? But, Kristen Evans, how much do you make a month? Kristen? Yeah, I called you out, girl. How much do you make a month? You're going to have to unmute yourself because I can't read lips. So hold on. How much? Oh, you're muted or something. No. Bummer. It's almost like nobody, like, type it in. How about you, Kessa? I'm unmuting you. How much you make a month?
Right now, 15.
What?
15 right now.
15. How much did you think you would ever make with it?
I just needed 700.
See? I mean, I don't know. All I know is there's this hippie chick that used to be addicted to pills, and now, she makes $1,500 a month. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. All I know is there's this girl named Kristen Evans that she makes $10,000 to $12,000 a month, and I don't know. All I know, you know what I mean? Why are we overcomplicating this and then getting all hurt by people not wanting to do it? You, like Danny talked about, like, you have to stop begging people. We have to stop begging people. It's a damn good deal if you ask me. Why are we begging people to do what we do? Why aren't we posturing ourselves like, I don't know. I don't know. I'll see if you can come listen. I'll see if you can come listen to what we do. See if you're a good fit. Instead, we're trying to talk people into what we do all the time. And then it looks like stop it. It looks like we're begging people, you know what I mean, to be a part. And then we got to beg them to do the training. Then we got to beg them instead of almost interviewing them and being like, creating that curiosity. Like, I don't know. I don't know. All I know is, you know what I mean? And like, why? And then like walk away. Instead, we're like sitting behind our computer, like praying that this person just says, yes, I just need the Success Club point. Hold on. I got my notes right here. Desperation doesn't bring closes. Desperation does not bring closes. Posturing ourselves does. Okay, you interview your team. You're looking for a mutually beneficial, how many of you would rather have 12 working coaches than signing up 50 that didn't want to do anything? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, but we're looking for something that is mutually beneficial, and you posture yourself that way. I don't know if you're a good fit. I saw like the way you run Facebook, and man, your personality is contagious. Have you ever considered doing what I do? I don't know. What do you do? I don't know. All I know is I made $1,500 last month on this thing, and I don't know if we're a good fit, but I would love to see if it could be something mutually beneficial for the both of us. Boom. Done. Instead, we're like, please, like, oh my gosh, like, please, like, no. Like, you know what I mean? It's like we're chasing people, because when you need people, people fight against you. Anybody ever felt fought against? We must have people starting to plug in for the 9 o'clock call, don't we? We have not, because not everybody on here. If you are a PS coach of mine, wait to come back until closer to the 9 o'clock time slot. I promise I'll cover it again. Okay, so anybody have any questions or thoughts so far? Kessa or Christy or anybody? Hold on, let me see.
I'll go.
Okay.
So of course, I totally formed the bartender at the bar at our hotel, and he's total person. I mean, he's me, who I was, personal trainer, bartender, and that just helps me right there because. And then I invited another guy today, just like this big meathead that he's overcome pot, alcohol. I reached out to both Dane and Chris, like how, oh my God, like I got so nervous to tell him what we do. So now, and I really didn't respond much. So this is exactly how I'll respond to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew that. I know that from Danny. It's like I kind of forgot about it. It's always like, let's plug them into a webinar, but making them back themselves into the trailer, like she talks about, like getting them curious about what it is we actually do.
Yeah, I mean, when you don't need them, they don't fight. We don't,
right.
You know what I mean? And so many of us go out there begging people, you know, and they fight back. So how do you make sure that you don't need them? Does anybody know? How do you make sure that you don't need them? Your freaking
make sure you have plenty of fish.
Flipping mile long.
Mm-hmm.
A mile freaking long. That's how I am. I mean, I've gotten on the phone before and told people we're not a good fit. There, no way in hell I'm going to spend that much time on the phone with you, dragging you, when my tail knows how to make $65K a month. No. You know what I mean? Like, nope, not a good fit. You know what I mean? Because I know what I'm looking for. Have you guys ever wrote that down? I wrote mine down somewhere when she was talking today. Give me a second. Oh, I know. I wrote down, I want doers. I want people that are self-disciplined. I want people that are coachable, man, hungry. I was hungry 7 years ago. Danny said do something, said jump. I said how high? Didn't care. She had a stack bigger than mine. I want to work with people like that. You know, I want to work with the people that are hardworking. You know, not people that are always questioning everything that I say. So if we're on the phone and they're already questioning everything, right now we're not a good fit. I don't need to prove myself. It's the way Danny doesn't need to prove herself to us. Does she ever beg us to come to First Steps to Success? No, hell, she'll hand you your money back. You know what I'm saying? It's because of how she postures herself. So if you write down who you're looking for. Now, the next piece of that, when I look at all the pieces of the puzzle, I have to ask myself, am I that person? I can't go out looking for someone that I'm not. That way it won't work. It just won't work, you know? But so many of you guys have accomplished so much, and the problem is you don't give yourself any flipping credit for it. You live in the what Danny would call it, I would think, false humility. I've lived in that before. Do you know what I mean? But you're always like, you're not even receiving it. It's like, no, like if someone compliments you, say, no, it's not that big of a deal. Do you know what I mean? That's false humility instead of saying, thanks. I've worked really hard. That's it. Thanks. I've worked really hard. But yesterday, did you know I ate a whole pint of ice cream, so I really suck. Do you know what I mean? No, it's like, thanks. I've worked really hard. That's it. I mean, when we start speaking that kind of life, like we start to posture ourselves and people follow. And so I'm gonna challenge you guys to make a list of who, like, qualities of people that you want on your team. I mean, and it might look different. You know, for me, obviously I want people that are heart-filled, but they can't be heart-filled but not doers. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how much heart you have. You keep your heart to yourself. What good does that do? That is not like a team thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like when I always think about when I played sports in high school and college. You know, you know, when we were a team, when we were like kicking tail and going to states and stuff, we were like, we stuck together in a pack. There wasn't any of this rogue stuff going on. You know what I mean? You know, as the captain of the team, when we were going to watch the Final Fours to see who we were be facing, I was not sitting up front while everybody else sat up the nosebleed section. We were all together, team. I'm looking for someone that is team oriented. So that's on my list. That's who I want to work with. I don't want to work with someone that goes rogue. You know, I don't want to work with the person that missed 15 free throw shots and stays in the locker room and boo-hoos themselves and feel sorry for themselves the whole first half of the next game where we're trying to scout the next team. Does that make sense? And so we have to get real with it. We got to make a list. Who do you want on your team? And then start asking yourself, where do I need to improve when it comes to those qualities? So you guys, some people jumped on here a little late. and I'm gonna open it up for questions here in a second, but at the end of the day, from a business perspective, this is from a business perspective, because I know y'all didn't show up for me to not give you business advice, okay? That'd be like me showing up for lunch with Danny, but not being like, no, I just showed up here to sit with you. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I just wanted to stare. No, I know what you showed up for, okay? And so it wouldn't be right for me not to give you any business advice. At the end of the day, from a business perspective, if you don't bring in new customers, you don't have a business. At the end of the day, a pizza shop will go under if new business is not recruited. We do run a business, which is freaking awesome that we can run a business that actually changes people's lives. Yes, it is a purpose-driven business, but every single day your focus is get a new customer, change one more person's life. Every single day, change one more person's life. That's it. If you go a whole month with not changing anyone's life, with not using the tool, you don't have a business. You don't have a business. And that's okay if you don't want one, right? But if you do, that's the focus. That is the only focus. Every single day, change someone's life with the tools that we have with our business. Change someone's life with the tools that we have with someone's business over and over and over again, and then build a team that does the same exact thing. That's it. Can you imagine how many lives you would change if that was your focus? And that's what you spoke into your team. Every single day. Like, I know customer service can be challenging, but whose life have you changed today? How many challenge packs have you sold today? We're so scared to say that to people, like, because you know what I mean? Like, we're so scared to go in with that, but it is a business. And if we posture ourselves that way, like, I love you if you don't want to build a business. I'm not going to unfriend you if you don't want to run a business. I'm still going to be here. I'm not going anywhere. But from a business perspective, if you don't want to build a business, we should not be on business-oriented webinars together. I can redirect you. You should come to Girl Boss Redefined. If the business isn't the focus. If fitness is more the focus, like you're just working on yourself, then I'm going to direct you to the Challenger webinars that I do. But make sure you're in the right spot for your goals, or you're going to end up frustrated. Everybody will. Does that make sense? I can see that we started to get more people coming on. They're like, damn, am I late? No, I guess we're in my PS coaches call, but that's okay. My PS coaches, do you guys have any questions right now? Raise your hand. Go ahead, Jess. Open it up, girlfriend. Talk to me.
Okay, be gentle with my soul today, please.
I'm always gentle with your soul, I think.
All right, so this all makes perfect sense, and I know that for the last several months, actually, I would say for the last year, I have not been the coach that I am looking for.
But now, that's all that matters.
Right. I recognize that, and I feel great. I feel good about that.
Yeah.
Along the way, though, this confidence thing has messed with. I just have had a serious confidence issue in how I talk about the business and posture myself, and it's like I find I can't post, I won't post about the business right now because I'm still finding my footing and figuring stuff out.
Yeah. Well, all I can say is I think you're focusing on the past still, and you can't look forward and backwards at the same time. So as long as you're looking back, it's going to trip you up. Because imagine if you're trying to walk forward towards something, but as you walk forward, you keep looking back. You're going to keep
fall flat on your face.
Up.
Yeah.
Yep. Because, and the forward is the only thing that matters. You know what I mean? And so in this business, people, and I don't know where your lack of confidence comes from because you had a tragedy in your life. It's not like you're just like, F it, I'm not building it, suckers. I mean, do you know what I mean? It wasn't like some people that I know that are just like here 1 second, gone the next, here 1 second, gone, abandoning their leadership for no reason other than they don't feel like it. You had a tragedy in your life. Period. That's it.
Yeah.
So you're beating yourself up for something that wasn't under your control, and you're letting it define your leadership, and it doesn't have anything to do with it. But now you already started, you're building, you have so much momentum. You have
I think I'm beating myself up, not as much about the tragedy. I mean, I did that for a while, but I stopped that. But now I just, we were talking about in January at the retreat, like I just feel so like deer in the headlights, lost. Like I can't, I'm struggling to get myself organized. And so like I'm adding a bunch of new contacts, and I'm like throwing messages out there and connecting with people, and I'm posting on Facebook, but it's not organized again, which got me into a huge shithole in the first place. So, oh my God, I'm sorry. Somebody has kids on here. I'm sorry. Sorry, I don't have kids.
I think you took action, and it's a good thing. You know what I mean? Like, I think you took action. It's not organized. None of us are always I am still where I'm at, and still sometimes looking, being like, should I reorganize this a different way? Are they going to fall through the cracks? That's going to suck if they do. It happens. We own a business. It happens. You're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. You know, if you're really struggling for that, I mean, Teamsy has changed a lot of people's businesses, and you don't have to figure anything out. It might not be the best fit for for you, but right now, at a time where things feel unorganized, it might be the best fit for this time right now, where you're getting, so that you don't feel overwhelmed. But at the end of the day, I like your focus. You are doing it. I think you think it should look like fancier or shinier or crazier when you're really doing what I've asked you to do. You have followed directions. You change. Your social media freaking rocks. You're sending messages. You're filling your funnel. You're talking to people. You are doing it.
Oh, I just wonder if I don't know.
Don't wonder. It's now consistency. It's now just, all it is consistency. It was funny. Danny said something that really stuck out to me. And then we're going to switch to the team call. But she said something that really, now that we have the team call on here anyway, you guys, we can just merge right into it. Danny said something that really, really, like I was like Chad texted me right when it happened. She said that the Rubies, they're like, go, bam, crash, because they can't hold it up, right? Go, bam, they crash. It could be a year from now. You know what I mean? It could be 2 years in of pushing themselves. It could only be 30 days for a Ruby. But Rubies, go, boom. You know what I mean? Pearls, you want to know what pearls do? Just consistently, quietly do their their ish. That's it. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. Now all this crazy fancy stuff is going on out here. But the pearls, for some reason, the pearls can just go like this. And consistency, and she said that, consistency is what is going to build your business.
Yeah, I know I had consistency, from when I started all the way through. I mean, and honestly, like I was a coach for 2 years in December, and I had SC something every single month that I was a coach until this last December came around. And that was a choice. That was like an intentional choice because I needed to.
Yeah. So you intentionally chose, and now you're intentionally choosing to change it. Stop beating yourself up. You're doing it.
Okay.
You're doing it.
Okay.
You hit Success Club all of that time. You are a freaking rock star coach. Not kinda, not maybe. Then you had a tragedy. Then you had to heal. And now you're back and you go. Period. And you're doing it. I'm watching your social media. You're doing it. A damn good job. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording.